I announce. All right. So we zoom back into you having rested the night in
Panda's
your
muted right now.
what? Oh, Panda's muted right
Panda's muted right now.
now. Oh fuck.
We zoom into Teddy disconnected from the cause. He's having a chat with the god.
Teddy is laying there unconscious, having a minor seizure.
Really should not let that guy just rampage through his mind. And I will have to be right back again.
All right.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about muting there.
Let's go.
Now legs gone.
Alright, so now that I'm back, Forrest leaves.
All right. See you in a bit.
And then when fours get back, I leave, and then Panda runs the session.
Don't.
All right, I'm back. Ninja, time for you to leave.
Yeah. All right, so we flash back into you all having just woken up on the morning of the day of the meeting with the mayor. Several of you having minor nightmares from your time using the book yesterday.
Did more than one person use the book yesterday?
Yes.
I thought that Caleb tanked the book.
He did. The nightmares are just
Yeah.
secondary. They have no mechanical effect. I'm just telling you it happens.
They exist.
He didn't get hurt by it, but like, you know, there is a cost.
Well, we were already paying it, but I guess that additional little nightmare sprinkle was nice of them.
Yeah, now you you awake to sort of a continued world of darkness around you, as the sun is not back in the sky again, as it has
How
been
much of
destroyed.
the screen has been scaffolded? I'm
None.
curious. Okay.
Basically,
Maybe it will never.
like yesterday, like this happened 2 days ago now. Like this is 1.5 days maybe. They have kind of gotten the ground to not be covered in crystal by now. That is most of what happened. You think that probably by the end of the week there will be clear signs of people working on repairing the screens up above.
Well, I wasn't sure, it seems like the kind of thing that would have different teams, right? So,
Yeah, but just on a sheer level of needing hands, the direct danger of the crystal everywhere was taken first. How long is background harps? That's what we'll be playing. So as you wake up, what are y'all planning to do today?
let's see. I get my clothes pressed. I'm gonna see if I can like warm my hands with energy to like help get a nice crease. See if that's even possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I will attempt to see if that's possible.
Yeah, give it a roll.
I'll explode that. Every fiber in my being is telling me I should and shouldn't.
Well, I can not tell you what your being tells you to do, but
I forget. What Oh, no. It's exploding the D20 doesn't get you 2 skills. It's you have to explode the D100.
yes.
Okay, so never mind. So let me go ahead and put a question mark for energy, and then
Energy.
starting the day with D20 and energy. All right, what happens?
Right now I'm making it so that we can actually see the rolls on here. Because we're not on the main screen. It takes you a lot longer than you're used to. Like normally you can just like move your hand forward and produce, a barrier of a couple 100 degrees to like smooth press this takes effort and time in ways that, like, you feel an urge to like surge your power forward to make it faster, but there's part of you that holds back on it, and you think that that was the right decision, as it could have lit your entire clothes on fire. As you don't, like, the thing you notice here is not only is everything dampened, but the effort you are outputting to do even the simpler tasks takes the amount of control of the mastery that you would have up above. Like, whatever your upper bound is, to get this level takes that amount of like control and effort.
Okay. So it's just because I was trying to do something small that I succeeded in the first place, likely.
Yeah.
So with snazzy, crisp clothes, I will knock on the others' doors.
Much.
We should probably start figuring out what we're going to want to talk to the mayor about.
Well, according to the visions that we had, the mayor has some form of connection to death, and from what we saw, not only is the mayor seemingly willing to help us get to death, but there might be something going on with death itself where it might not necessarily be the crux of the issues going on. It's just like another victim or a prisoner.
Some of that might be true. I feel like that's skipping a lot of steps.
All of that is true.
Including the skipping a lot of steps.
Yes. But what are the steps?
Convincing the mayor literally anything? Why would he want to? Why would we want to do any? What do we even want to do?
I don't know. We're here in this town.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, heroes. Oh, heroes. Callum,
I'm fucking with you, Teddy.
Yes.
what do we want to do?
I
We,
don't know anymore.
I thought, we all thought that death was rampaging, and now we think that death is trapped.
It's weakened, to be clear, from the vision we saw.
And now we think death can be bargained with. Or we know death can be bargained with.
From Caleb's vision, which I'm presuming Caleb shared with us,
He said he
Yeah.
did.
I wrote it down in what I got from it. Caleb is face to face with the mayor, communicating, feeling understanding. The rituals are the wrong answer. The beast should exist for the balance of the world, and the god of death is very weakened. So right now, the god of death is not doing anything. It is like it might be existing, but it's not actively doing anything. It's just kind of existing and being very weak right now. It's a very weird state, and it seems like if we go and talk to the mayor, both from my my vision, which is us being in the circle and performing the ritual, which I assume happened because we didn't talk to the mayor, and then Kane's visions, where we did go to talk to the mayor, are two separate like situations. So either we talk to the mayor and we get answers, or
What
we
if the
don't, and
super
we end up what?
What about the super weapon?
What super weapon? The magic blocker?
No. We came here because we learned that Death was building a super weapon, right?
Supposedly, but from what we saw of the visions from the book,
That only taught us about the current state of
in my
Death.
vision, Death is basically corpses thrown about in a chamber, and it's not doing anything. Nothing is happening, and the only way anything occurs is us performing a similar ritual to the other rituals we have done before.
Yeah,
and
maybe
something
that's,
horrible happens to one of us.
Maybe that's in. So my understanding of that is that's what it looks like when we've beaten it.
There was also, this is the end of it, which it making me seem that we did not beat it. At the very end of that same thing, there was a screen on the wall, and after the ritual, a face popped up. And we don't know the meaning of the face, but considering that it only occurred after the ritual, and it was someone who we have not seen or had any relation to anything going on, I'm gonna make a guess here to say that we cannot presume that the ritual we performed solved anything. The only difference here is that in one vision, we did the ritual, one of us presumably died, and then maybe didn't seal away all the corpses, and then a face showed up on a wall.
I think the problem is that we, unlike in other situations, like, yeah, we could air quote seal death, but if someone wants to unseal it, it's right there. We'd have no way of stopping them.
Yes, but we also should not perform the ritual. At least not as of right now.
I'm wondering. There's still this. Am I making up this weapon out of game? Like I feel like there was some thought about a weapon at some point, right? Or were we just afraid that Death was doing something?
There was a cult involved with Death, possibly.
No, that
We
this
haven't
is
seen
me
much of
out
them.
of game.
Yeah.
I know. I'm talking to you out of game.
There might have been speculation about a weapon. I don't think that you've seen any implication that there is a weapon being created here.
Okay.
The city could be the weapon.
Because it was massive amounts of resources were being funneled to a place in the desert that no one knew. What did we know? What did we know from the rumors?
You didn't know this capital city existed.
Yes, no one knew this capital city existed, but they knew that resources were disappearing.
And I would say that you could imply to yourself that why would a bunch of resources disappear other than to, like, there is not a food production area in this city as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. So it's less of a. So in our minds, at some point I had said weapon or like Death was building something, and air quotes Death did build something or someone did build something. It was this mega city.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Ugh. So are we this is coming back into character now. So are we just going to talk to the mayor about being experiments then? Like, are we just going to be like,
how about we start
surprised?
by just going and having a gauge at the mayor, and then as we're talking, we can figure out what we're gonna do.
Well, I mean, you have to start by being like, well, hi, why are you here?
We are here because we are new to town, and we heard about the mayor and how.
That's not how it's gonna work if you're on the second floor.
Yeah. And you've exposed that you've snuck up to the second floor by saying that
Hey,
you're new in
God,
town.
shut the fuck up.
I was the one who said it's not gonna work
Like,
on the second floor.
I'll let Teddy explain to me why it's a stupid idea. I don't need a second opinion. Anyway, the point is like we're going there because we're like, oh, we heard about the mayor and we would like to meet the mayor because the mayor is popular as, and like it doesn't even have to have anything to do with, oh well, we showed up yesterday. It's like, no, like we knew about the mayor. You're pretty cool. We wanted to meet you.
I feel like that'd be a really short meeting, especially with a crisis going on.
We could be up front, introduce ourselves as associates of the Great Beast.
Like according to Kalen's vision, us talking to him about things related to Dev does seem to go towards a positive direction.
What do you mean according to his vision? Like we didn't get, in no vision I've ever had were there words. It's just images. Like The man is associated with death.
Yeah, I saw us talking with Death and it going a positive direction, but I don't know what
You were talking
words
to
were being
Edwin.
said.
Yeah. So the conversation might involve death.
For all we know, Edwin could be Death.
Yeah. It could involve talking about
But
his
also,
death.
we literally have nothing else we can do right now. Except go blow up the upper city.
Which you got to do tomorrow.
I mean, we could do it earlier. Maybe they would like that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they threw off the plan.
Well, no, it's like, oh, cool. They did it like earlier. Whatever.
We were gonna be ready to like do things after they went off. Why did they do it a day early?
I'm still putting on my pants for combat.
A combat. They take a whole day to dawn.
I feel like we gain a lot by asking. I don't think he's going to recognize us.
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, he literally knows us.
He might literally know us, but I doubt it.
How recognizable
Like-
do you think you were as like a 8-year-old?
Yeah. It's
Very
like-
rare. I mean, these are very distinguished features from an early age.
Everyone else grew up like a normal person. Liam, like literally Photoshop stretch tooled, just like a diagonal drag. Everything
I'm
scaled
just
up
imagining
exactly.
it's just the head being fucking upscaled.
Yeah, like this is a person who knows, air quotes, like thousands and thousands of people.
Okay, but if we're gauging like what we feel about this person, I'll be honest. I'm not sure I'm gauging any bad vibes from this person.
I
And it
would
could
like,
help that we are all from the same place.
yeah, I would like to learn what they know about where we are from, talk about that, and then we can talk about.
Should we mention that we are refugees from the thing and just mention that something happened to the town, but we don't like mention obviously anything outside of that incident?
Well, the odds again of anything happening like that, it's going to become obvious pretty quickly, especially if we say we're refugees, that we're on the second floor legitimately, are pretty slim.
Does Edwin seem like someone who would be a stickler for the rules?
I mean, he's the mayor.
Okay.
We don't know him personally.
Yeah.
We were allowed to bring gold in. If we're rich refugees, it would be believable.
He would be aware of. I would feel.
Basically, we cannot come up with a cover story. If we're going to him, we're just gonna have to be honest.
Then let's just not beat around. Let's just say we'd like to talk about where we're from. We less about, we found out a bit about where you're from. It can be presented in a way that leaves some ambiguity about our timeline, but if it comes up to our timeline, we don't have to lie.
Yeah.
Also, Callum can peel him like a grape. Just like make his head appear outside, if you can. Just like pop, pop.
Move the head slightly to the left, separated from the neck.
You know, I'm sure the wizard would appreciate a severed head of someone important.
Okay, but so we're going in with the general idea of honesty.
Yeah, cloaked
Now
in
the question is,
dishonesty.
what are our conversation topics?
Crushing.
We could bring up the
poverty.
heroes, because I feel like we need to maybe bring that up if it's related to the beast, and maybe he knows something.
I mean, we can talk about that eventually, but like, I think I'd like to talk about like, hey, we have this database that like freaked us out when we learned about it, and like it says some stuff about you too, and it's like, how do you, can you
We
make
know that you
them-
died.
No, don't. That's accusatory.
Yeah, I heard you died, bro. What's the fuck's up with that?
Yeah, it's like, hey, can you help us make them think we're dead too? That way we lead with, we think you faked your death, you know? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We don't think you're dead, because, like, obviously, you know.
Uh-huh. Damn, bro, why the fuck you dead?
But yeah.
I do enjoy that one of my points in my general notes for the mayor is bad feeling. And I think that was from you at one point, Panda, but I don't
No,
or
it
maybe
was-
it was Ninja.
It was related. You have a bad feeling about the fact that you, like, there was a bad feeling about him that you then figured out was because he is listed as dead. There was a nagging
Right,
thing in the
right,
back
right.
of your head just seeing him that something was wrong. It's weird to me that that song doesn't play into the rest of the playlist. What? It's here.
Do enchanted items still work down here?
Yes, you've proven that.
Oh,
Your little stone works.
that's fun. I'm glad I made that item, or a different item. My growing stone could probably break something down here.
My groaning stone.
No, I have a stone that gets bigger and smaller.
Also, I think, like, legally beyond the fact that he has sentience, Grover is inherently an enchanted item. He is just
Yeah.
also more.
Yeah.
Well, again, we have to circle back. What are we doing? What are we saying? How do we start the conversation? How do we lead it
I
to?
think we just have to start it. We know enough about what we're going to talk about to just do it.
Okay, but what is the first word? Apparently, asking him that that we know him from like our village, and then we thought it was odd because X, Y, and Z reason, aka he should have died.
Do you want me
According
to
to-
start the conversation? Do you want
I'm asking you
Callum,
what you're
start-
gonna say.
hi?
Oh yes, of course. Because I wasn't going to say hi first. I was just gonna completely ignore the common courtesy of the beginning.
I think you're getting too in your head.
Liam walks in. You are dead, motherfucker.
Yeah, that is not what I was gonna do at all.
You're dead. I have a record
I
of
think
it.
you're misunderstanding Liam. And Liam says it third person.
I could also believe he hasn't heard of anything from Riverhaven in many, many years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're getting too in your head. Let's just,
About what?
the entire situation.
It's getting close to
You're
the time.
the one that wanted us to figure out what we were gonna talk about further, what we were
And I
gonna do.
think- And I think we did. We're gonna talk about Riverhaven. We're gonna talk
And then?
about once conversation has happened a bit, we'll have more things to talk about.
All right.
It's also getting close to the time that you would need to head up there if you're going to make it in
Yeah.
time for the meeting.
Yeah, let's head
We're
out.
going. Did we encounter Grover? Or is he still gone?
Well, no, Grover's there's in your walk up. No, he's not on the. You get a sense that Grover might not be on this floor. He's still in his mission.
Okay.
You make it to the service tunnel, up the ladder. It's such an it is an uncomfortable climb. It is 15 minutes on a ladder. Like, I don't think any of us have ever experienced it. It's not a good time.
Is it like uneven steps where like they're not flat, but it's like
No,
really
it
No, I
is-
slightly
thought
tilted?
anything here would be uneven.
it is an incredibly well manufactured ladder. It is perfectly even. It even has like a wraparound cage around it, so that like you can't just like fall backwards off the ladder without.
Yeah, it has one of the side pulls for like a like a safety wire like cable.
Hey, it even has a rope you attach to, so if you fall, you don't.
Now you have to bring your own of that. It just says the pole that he mentioned. And you make it up back into the beautiful part of the city. The wonderful sprawling gardens, and you walk your way over to their city hall building. Past the statue, past the fountain, and you walk right on in.
Let's take a second to stop panting.
The receptionist does appear to be the same person who was there yesterday.
Do we sort of just sit down in the reception and wait?
Well, you would do you check in first?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hello, Sugar. I'm seeing that you are on for the 1 o'clock meeting here. Just so you know, that meeting has been upgraded. Normally, you'd meet the mayor over in the meeting hall over there. He's decided to meet you personally in the upper. So when you're ready, you can just go to that elevator over there. It'll bring you on up, and he will meet with you when it is time.
Oh, the up. Okay.
You must be quite special to get that kind of treatment.
All right. Either that or I'd imagine he's busy today. Ooh.
Oh yeah, he's been quite busy, especially with what's been going on in the lower city.
I make an effort to look over my my clothes to make sure I'm in my best. And I gesture the others to come over as I make my way to the elevator.
All right.
This elevator is like even like it is it's even a smoother ride than the one you took on the way down. It goes up, and you notice that like normally these elevation, like you've seen like stone walls on the outside of it. This one is a glass box that like you rise through a layer of stone and then hit through a layer into like you're not sure, like you thought that the middle city's sunlight felt better and more real. As you enter into this next layer, you are not sure if you are actually on the surface. Part of you feels like it can't be true just based on how long it took you to go down, but it is what you remember as a beautiful sunny day. No artificial feel to the light at all. This area is like the lower city is sprawling. The middle city is small, but it still contains thousands of people. You see about 12 sprawling estates as the elevator continues to rise. And everyone roll an awareness check.
Almost forgot to reset my thingamaboo. Is this just a eyesight based check?
Yeah.
All right.
So
What was it again? I'm sorry.
awareness? You're trying to spot something though, if that helps.
Is it just the singular roll, or is there sub skills
He
included?
said eyesight.
Anything
Yeah.
that you would use for spotting something with your eyes.
Okay.
Oh, hey, one of your things exploded.
21.
Blackjack.
So both Callum and Liam, you do see sort of like it's an interesting, like you're in an elevator that is going through the center part of this upper city. And around you are these different estates. And you see a lady in like an incredibly flowy purple dress, like lounging on some sort of, like, you don't even know what piece of furniture it would be. It doesn't make sense to you, even having like not even in a lower city mindset, but just like you've never seen. Like, is it a chair? Is it a bed? What is it? And next to her, like feeding her grapes, is Grover. And the elevator just keeps going up.
Does the lady look like Jennifer Lawrence?
No.
Okay.
She looks fantastic, but not like Jennifer Lawrence.
Does she look like, just for
And-
the sake
And it's
of
gone.
just for the sake of like an image, does she look like a image of like Aphrodite or something?
Yeah, I would have gone with exactly that as a pitch. You literally mind read me about to say that.
Yeah. Like I was thinking obviously like Greek beautiful woman, but then I was okay, but like I could just go for the straight source, which is Aphrodite.
Yeah. Being fed grapes by Grover. And the elevator keeps going up, and then like you can look up to the ceiling and you can see that there is a like a similar large span of space up above that you think is the mansion of the mayor, as the elevator clicks in below it, and you are now like the door slides open and you're in like beautiful marble floors, pillars, like there's fountains indoors for some reason, spiral staircases leading up to an upper level. There's a man who's like standing there in a full just tuxedo, beautifully pressed, and he says, "Hello there. I have been waiting for you. I am to lead you to the dining room, if you would. Do any of you have coats for me to take?"
I believe I do, right?
I forget which one of you has which getup, but like at least one of you does have
I
a coat.
remember I have the performer's one.
Yeah,
I think I have the suit.
Big sleeves.
Whatever suit, I have the suit.
yeah.
So I'm gonna take off like the jacket of the suit. Would that make sense?
Oh yeah, I guess yeah.
I don't know fine etiquettes. I don't know if the
Technically,
suit jacket
fine.
is something you keep
fine
on.
etiquette would say that a suit jacket stays on. You just do unbutton it as you sit down.
Okay, I will keep it then.
I think if any of you were likely to have coats, I think it was Panda who would have a coat
Yeah.
that is replaceable from the outfit.
I will remove my coat because I think for the first time since acquiring my latest power, I am able to fully exhale, or as close to it, in what feels like a week.
Yeah, up here feels good.
Wait, so we feel like our connection is starting to come back up here?
Oh, coming back, came back.
Like, okay, when did it start? Did it start like in the elevator, or is it just as we hit the top?
You didn't notice it until you hit the top.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I'll give this guy my my jacket.
I'm going to underneath my suit. I want to try and summon.
It clicks on in both of your guys' heads, like a warm hum at the same time as like, oh, I'm not going back down.
Well, death might be down. Definitely is down.
The tuxedo gentleman leads you like through like a a beautiful hallway of like one side is just like a wall of hanging portraits and paintings, and the
Mm.
opposite side is the most like the upper part of these windows is like a stained glass mural, and the lower part is the most crystal clear glass you've ever seen that just overlooks the city below, the like true upper bound of the city. um
As we're walking, can I do a quick little plant magic thing?
yeah.
I want to create a like a wooden snake that is inside of my suit. So like above the shirt, but under the suit, and it's small enough that you can't notice it.
Yeah, go for it.
You exploded your D8.
Yeah, I was trying to fucking open it and it kept closing on me. There we go.
You convert some of the remaining flowers that you had on you into this wooden snake, that does hide perfectly within your suit.
All right.
So you're walking through this hall. It has like the portraits of previous mayors who all like seem like rather normal people. Um, and like from the entrance hall, it seems to be the early start of the mayors. And as you reach the door for the dining room, is a portrait of someone that you recognize the face, right? Like he doesn't look that different. Like it's a hazy memory because you were 8 at the time that he would have left town, probably at the oldest. And he's there and looks pretty much exactly like he did 10 years ago in this portrait. Hasn't aged a day. He opens the door to the dining room and you see like you see a room that clearly could have a much larger table at it. Like this is a dining area that could hold a like a ball for 100+ people. But like clearly somebody has made the effort to like get the normal table out of here and replace it with a large table, but it is only set for 4 people.
Mm.
2 on either side and 2 on the ends, and at the far end sits the face that you recognize from the portrait. A spread of food that looks more incredible than anything that you have ever eaten. And don't mind this.
The Darth Vader soundtrack starts playing.
He throws the snake at him and he blocks it like Darth Vader blocks it in The Empire Strikes Back, just with a hand.
Ooh.
You exploded a D20.
Oh, he sees the snake.
He like stands up from the table and says, "Oh, please take a seat." And his face lights up seeing you.
Okay.
Thank you. I will ask. I'm not gonna okay, this is actually I'm gonna ask just for the sake of
Do we
learning
notice
something.
this as he's making it? Probably not.
Do you notice the snake? Is that what you asked?
Yes.
Well,
It was happening while we were walking.
roll an aware check and see if you beat his. Nah, you don't notice it. Oh, actually, you might. You exploded your d6. If you explode your d6 again,
No.
nah.
What about Caleb? Does Caleb notice?
Might as well try. I can
Ooh,
afford to spend a couple energy.
yeah.
Yeah. That gets you a skill point.
D100.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you
did
All right.
you notice the
You
snake.
definitely notice.
I noticed that the room is made of smaller snakes.
And
the mayor is
in-
flexing.
So in fact, Callum, you notice him create the snake. You notice that the butler also noticed him create the snake.
Oh, cool. Well, Liam doesn't know that, so I'm not gonna pertain that information.
Yeah.
I will ask, as I sit down, is there a tiny plate for Richard on the table?
Oh my god, do we still have Richard with us?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I still have Richard. He's
Richard-
always been here.
Richard's been with you. You haven't brought him up in several sessions, but I have been keeping.
I have definitely been
Mental-
keeping like Richard in mind, but I didn't want to like bring him in too often for different reasons.
I don't know, man. Grover comes
Richard
up a
was
fair
in a
bit.
gunfight.
Yeah, it got very hectic, but Richard took cover. It's okay.
But you're gonna put him on a plate, just serve him up like that.
No. I'm asking, did the mayor somehow know about Richard?
Yes, there is a
tiny
small plate
Holy
has-
shit.
that is like instead of like the fancier food is a mix of like the finest berries and nuts.
Yeah, because that is not village knowledge. That is straight up like I've been watching you knowledge.
Yeah.
Not to mention he brought us to this, like clearly he fucking knows us already. But yeah, I will sit down and I will let Richard take a seat next to the tiny plate.
I sit down as well.
I'll also sit down. Won't be hard to keep track of that snake.
He looks to you, Teddy, and says, "I would have set a plate for your companion as well, but I don't know if they eat, and they seem to be busy elsewhere."
You know, they seem to be living their best lives. So, I support them in their endeavors.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's so nice to see people from the hometown. How was the trip?
You know, it's been fulfilling in a lot of ways. It's been it in a lot of ways it's helped kind of take my mind at least off of kind of what all I don't know. Do you actually know what happened? It wouldn't surprise me if information of it made it to you, but
His face goes like quite sad. It's like, yes, I'd heard.
it it's such a part of me wants to be entirely sad about it, And there is a part of me that at the same time, in learning what we all have, wants to feel enraged or elated. There are so many good people there, and it was my home, our home, even. And yet, what what all was done to us and so many others.
Yes, it is quite complicated. In some way, they did have it coming, but it is sad to see others hurt by the actions of a group of people.
But yes, you seem to, as you recognized, or at least if not immediately, you seem to now. We recognized you, and thus we wanted to reach out. Um,
I've been paying attention, yes, since you got here. Sort of interestingly, the first of any of our cohort to make it here. I guess winning a yearly lottery is kind of an ask, but you know, interesting that you're the first group to make it. Yeah, is there something that you desired from me? Any information that you were after?
somewhat. It. I mean,
Also,
s-
at this moment, Teddy, I will say that it's been coming back to you in waves. You get the ping off him that he is definitely wearing a glamour.
okay. So, firstly, um, I guess as someone, I'd like to start with the easy asks because that's always, I I feel, in one way, more polite. And it's, I think I'd just like to ask and talk about what you know about what we share as having been through, right? Like, I mean, we have some information on it. The town thought they knew quite a bit about. I mean, the town thought it, like, I mean, clearly they thought you faked your death in some, or I mean, they thought you were a goner.
He looks. He squints his eyes at when you say faked his death. Um,
They didn't. They thought you were. They don't believe you. They they believed you were dead.
I think they have good reason for that. So I'll tell you what I know. I have gotten an idea that we were not just normal kids. Um, you may not remember, but I was not born with powers that displayed themselves. So I left the village and traveled around, learned how people like me were treated. Um, but to say that I was not gifted with magic was confused. Um, as you know, most of us get the first access to our magic in the early years of our lives. I did about 1 year after leaving the village. From there, things happened quickly. I learned once you hit about 3, you think something's going on. You don't hear about people with 3. I then sent some people from my entourage to investigate, learned some about the plans related to that. Came to the conclusion that that's also wrong. That the answer isn't let's build the ultimate weapon to keep the growing class of unmagic people in line. And came here because I had heard rumors of a place where people were treated the same no matter what magic they had. Seems a little off given that of course we do know down there one type of magic does work perfectly. That hasn't stopped y'all, has it? You've been showing the world what could really happen with magic.
I to the out. Do you mean out and about or within here? Because to the best of my knowledge, we're still barely able to manifest until you get to the second floor.
Barely. And
I'm
barely.
going to make a social check to see if he's talking about what I did.
Yeah, roll a social.
I'll spend another couple energy.
You should have
an insight token at some point.
Yeah.
You're reasonably confident. And it becomes extremely clear when the next thing out of his mouth is, so what was it? About 2 inches to the left? Was that the plan?
1 centimeter. The last thing I tried teleporting disappeared for 12 hours. I thought the same would happen here.
And before you're worried if I've been watching you while you sleep, I haven't seen these things happen. I just sort of know.
Oh, that's fascinating.
I know that you and me are similar. I wouldn't say quite the same, but similar. He points at you, Teddy.
Oh. 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 Oh, do you get along with them
He
as
like
well?
he like looks sort of like up, like he's thinking about it, and he's like, it's hard to say if what it is us getting along, and even harder to say which is me and which is him. You're only the first. I am at least the 20th.
Oh. So you are both the mayor and our friend. And so Death is the mayor. Or well, what would you have us call you other than Death? Because that feels aggressive.
Oh, you know my name. I am Edwin.
Edwin.
And that's still what I would identify as.
Edwin Fornwald.
Yes. None other.
Okay. Well, then we can, but we so Edwin and your passenger,
I prefer my
co-pilot,
benefactor.
benefactor. Okay, who presumably helped you stage your death.
Truly look at me.
Okay, well, I've been given permission.
I'll be giving revision. You fucking punch him in the face.
Any
No,
of you with mind magic can try to pierce the veil of his
All right, here we go.
Is,
I'm gonna try.
his illusion.
I do not add sub skills to a normal mind magic roll, right?
Well, what sub skills do you have?
Well, like this is the magic one, not the.
You don't add non-magic mind skills unless you're rolling non-magic mind.
I'm not
Usually.
trying this. Callum is convinced this is how you die.
Oh shit! Okay, hold on. Maybe we're cooking.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna use energy. Fuck it. We're going all the way.
Yeah.
Ooh. That is a D10 though.
Yeah, there's still a 16. Not bad.
Hey, it's not bad. Unfortunately for you, your mind has been shattered.
Teddy, are you gonna hit the roll as well?
Yeah.
He's got to do the equation. D8 exploded and a D6. All right, there we go. I would say the 16 does work. It is like seeing past the illusion is not hard. And basically you're just focusing your mind on the truth instead of the lie that is being told to you all the time. And instead of Edwin, as you saw him as he left the village, you instead see probably this is going to be, you're going to really need to like picture this. This is going to be hard to imagine. So sort of like if you were to divide the face in half, right? Bring that down to about the torso and like down to about the belly button and then cut over. That portion looks correct. One arm, half the face, exactly as you remember him. The remainder of his body, you see in the space that the illusion covers, the remainder of his body is sort of a mixture of like tissue that doesn't seem to come from him. It does not connect to the rest of the body. There's sort of like his arm is like one of those models of musculature, and like he has an open rib cage on the left half of his body leading down to a leg that is only muscle and bone. And what you notice is that is the parts of him that are allowing him to move. Those are not him. As his body, like you can tell from the core of him, his body was being ripped apart by energy. You can see like the true part of his torso disintegrating and pulsing back into existence. His arm, like his left arm, is permanently sort of 2 feet off of his body, turning to dust.
Oh, so he's actively being uh
Destabilized.
destabilized.
Yeah. His legs cracked with electricity and plants just growing out and ripping through the skin. So to say faked is a misnomer. I'm pretty sure I'm dead.
Oh,
Just to get a good grasp on it again, you said that the half that is ripped apart has a bunch of wood and like plants life sticking out
One
of
of
it.
his legs is just like thorns and vines have torn out and are growing from, like, you can see different types of glowing energy destroying different parts of his body. Like,
Okay.
basically, like his leg, like the lower part of his leg completely has turned to stone and started to crack. Like it's just somebody who, like, the core of their chest is a roiling ball of energy that is trying to escape, and it has gotten probably 3/4 of their body destroyed. And in the place of those missing limbs is death's approximation of what life is like.
I guess
Okay.
this is why we were brought up here and he didn't come down.
So the leg is plant based and the torso and arm is what?
His right leg is plants. The lower left leg is stone. Energy is crackling through part of the torso. His hand is turning into dust, and you don't really, like, it doesn't really make sense, but you do see that, like, every time that it comes back,
Is it like
it's
Sandman turning to dust?
No,
like
sort
where
of-
it's just
it's sort of like Avengers Endgame turning to dust. Like, just
it's
like
like the
Okay.
Gomage.
flaking off into like little pieces. Every time that it regenerates, though, the hand is slightly different in an animalistic way. Like, sometimes it's talons, sometimes it's claws, fur. It's just different every time.
okay. You know what? How similar would some of these injuries be to some of the injuries I saw on my dad?
Not a, n- not very similar. Like,
Because in now in Liam's mind, Liam is thinking about it. Has this something to do with like the the incident of the jars that occasionally like break and explode, or is this just sort of a different sort
so
of
the
he's been hit by
injuries
multiple magics?
the injuries you are seeing is like that. Like, the jar came from a person. Activating the jar activates. You do get the vibe that when the jar activates, it is similar to destabilization. It is basically the same thing, except that there is a body to cling to. Your dad was hit with, like, if this was to continue, right? And he was not frozen in this state of repeated death, this would spiral out and damage other people in the area. That's what your dad got hit with, right?
Yeah.
This is a jar going off inside of a person, basically.
So it is the magic inside of them has basically imploded outwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess how did you and your companion come to this agreement?
I don't remember why, but something here pushed me over the edge. And because I was here, so was he. He is always here. And he took pity on me. I think because I wanted to cling to life, and though he could not grant it, he is the god of death. Thus, he can decide not to take what is his.
Can he deny you, essentially?
Yes. And he can give me, this approximation of life. His approximation of life. We've spoken several times. What I believe about him is that after being defeated, to whatever degree he was, he realized that despite not having eternity, it was more fulfilling to live the life that we live than the life that he did. So I am one of 20 or so avatars he has chosen to pilot and live out their days.
What happens when one of the people, or is it forever? Are you forever like connected to him now?
I believe if one day I chose to give up and accept this, then I would be gone and he would choose again.
Does it currently hurt to be in this form?
Always.
Do you mind if I come closer?
You may.
And I'm sort of I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna look at Teddy and Caleb and see if they're also okay with what I'm gonna do.
And you snap his neck, down throw.
Wabo combo. That ain't Falco.
Discombobulate.
I'm gonna mentally like just ping you as like, I don't think it's gonna work if the god of death can't do it, but I don't think you can hurt him worse than he's already hurting now.
I'm not planning on hurting him. I've done something similar before.
And I'm saying your healing him certainly isn't going to hurt him worse than he's hurting now.
Are you saying that it's not going to take away the pain? Is that
No,
what you're
he's
saying?
you're saying it can't. He's saying it can't make it worse. So give it a shot.
Okay. I was you were saying it in a way of like you shouldn't even try. That's the tone I was
Well,
getting.
there's a little
So
bit
it's
of that.
uncertain. But yeah, I'm going to walk up to him and so again, specifically energy and plant is now on his right leg and his torso, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just those areas that is energy and plant.
Yeah.
Okay. I will start by asking for permission to touch his shoulder.
Give it a shot.
And I'm doing the shoulder because it would be weird to put like my hand on his stomach or chest. I'm just using the shoulder as a conduit for the torso.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do. I'm trying to remember when I did it last. I did it to I think my dad, right, where I relieved some of his pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna try to do something similar first with the energy, where I want to feel the energy first of all, and I want to like sense, okay, what is happening here, and what can I do? Or I don't know if the question "what can I do" is right, but I want to start by just trying to feel it and get
Yeah.
a hold of it.
You have a sub skill specifically about jars, right?
I have energy jars and then something else.
Yeah, that applies here.
Yeah. Would I also be able to apply the flame and lightning one because they're just generally energy?
Yep.
And also my charge.
Hey, I don't tell people what to do often. If you want this to have any chance of succeeding, I recommend spending the desperation dice. Or a higher
a good
chance of
call.
succeeding.
Yeah, we don't use those very often, is what I'm noticing. Okay. I'm going to use 2 desperation die.
Which sizes?
D20 and D12.
Hell yeah.
Now, I want to be clear that all these rolls is not just for sensing. It's that if I've been able to successfully sense, I want to be able to do something
I'm not
afterwards.
going to fuck you over on using 2 desperation dice by going, yeah, you can tell that the energy is
I'm
there.
just being clear because I feel like I have to be, regardless of whether or not I know you're a good dude. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Let me read this.
A D8 exploded. It might be worth.
Let me just read all these.
D20.
So like,
I'm gonna spend an energy on this to reroll. How do I like quickly put it all back?
Just tap the up arrow.
yeah.
Up here.
I would let you keep the D8 though.
Okay,
Alright.
so if we fuck me, I'm gonna use another energy. I'm really gonna lock in on this.
Just re-roll a D12 and the D8.
Well, that would be 2 energies.
No, he
specifically.
said you could keep the D8. So just roll a D2. Spend an energy to re-roll the D12.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
roll.
I will do that. I will do that.
And then roll the D8 that exploded.
And then the D8.
Yeah. So replace 4 is it 10 plus 4 on the original. It becomes 43.53.
Yep.
Okay, like how much do you want to help the guy?
I want to help him as much as possible.
So like how much are you willing to risk to help the guy?
A lot.
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to do as much as I can, and it's gonna be whatever consequence it is.
Okay. So, in doing that, please roll the D12 because that exploded and another D20
Oh,
from your
Okay.
the D20 explodes again.
Is that a D100 now?
No, it's still a D20 because it's a desperation dice D20.
Okay. Wait, how did a D20 explode if it was a D12 and a D20? Oh, never mind. I'm asking a dumb question because I know what you're doing. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'd spend an energy to re-roll that D20.
And you could throw
I'll
in your
just
D12 as well because that one was trash.
I'll use another. Yeah, no, I'll do that.
So, yeah, spend an energy.
All right.
Oh, hey.
That's the fucking reroll on the d20.
So
right?
I would
Because
say
it's
you do get a d20. From your d12 explodes to a d20. So roll that one first.
well, I was gonna say the d20 also became a
Yes,
20.
but
So roll 2d20.
wait, no, don't roll the 2d20. Just roll 1d20.
1d20.
All right. Do you want to re-roll that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm good.
Okay. Now roll 1d100.
All right. Now hurt yourself to make it explode.
Can I re-roll the d100?
Please.
Why would you roll?
I'm just gonna stop you right there.
All right.
If you've noticed the number's been 4. Roll a d100 again.
Well, no, I didn't know.
All right.
You lose an arm, but
You gain a leg?
I might not have been exaggerating, by the way.
We'll see.
So you sort of you feel the flow of energy here, and so let's just we gotta figure out how to add this up, right? So you were at I believe a 53 going into the rerolls of the 20. So you got a 20 there, plus 12, so 32. Plus 100 plus. It's probably ballpark 200 plus.
That is my total roll for all I did?
Yes.
Okay. So nothing was separate for a different roll. This was all part of that one roll.
This is all the one roll.
Okay.
So you come to the realization that through energy, there is a path that defines, while all types of magic express differently, at the core they come to some internal concept of true energy, right? You feel the true energy in the roiling orb within his chest. And I'm going to ask you, are you truly willing to have all consequences from this?
Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball.
I'm going to think about my mom, about my dad, about my friends, and the people of the village, and of the people of Emberhope, and the people of Everwood,
And 7 ins.
the people of 7 in, the people of Edder's Peak, the people of Solon, specifically the Wizard's Tower, the emo kid and the wizard.
This
I'm
is
going to
your
think about
A
all the
whisper
people
on
I've
the
ever
wind,
met.
a whisper on the wind of that old man who exploded after seeing your squirrel.
Yes, I'm going to think about him and get a slight shiver in my spine. And I'm going to accept whatever happens.
All right. So I want you to go to your character sheet.
Yes.
I want you to fill in every wound.
Major, minor, critical?
Yep.
All right.
You see sort of I think that more than even you basically pass out. your brain
I would
shuts
expect
down.
with all of that, I basically just fucking fly off the fucking stage, exit stage
On the
right.
outside, this looks especially weird from Callum's perspective, who doesn't see the true form of this. Right? Callum, you see him put his hand on his shoulder, and sort of lightning and flame encompass his arm and like flow into his chest, as there's sort of like a mirroring of two glowing orbs between the chest of the guy and Liam. As
Now
they
I want
like
to see what's under there even less.
I want you to know that I am playing My Way by Limp Bizkit as this is happening.
Yeah, I'm going to need to run up to him and check if he's survived.
Yeah, we'll give that a second. So there's a roiling light and a calm light, and they eventually, like, in fighting each other, reach an equilibrium. Where Teddy, you see sort of reality, sort of like you saw true reality. You looked through the illusion to see true reality, but true reality shifts, right? Such that like the parts of him that are split and splintered across the room from each other, him existing as a being that is in multiple places, bound by you can't even tell what, snap into place, and there is the guy that you know standing there. As sort of
But with Callum's arm where his right arm should be.
no, it's his arm. Liam is on the floor.
Oh, I meant Liam's.
Yeah, Callum's arm. He ripped it off and stole it. That's for not looking at me. That was the test.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if this should help a little bit with some of the injuries, but if this was supposed to be like a huge, I'm going to over encompass his entire soul and try and fix it, can I add plant rolls too? Because I was planning on doing two separate rolls of plant and energy.
Let the scene continue.
Okay, I just wanted to ask because
No, man, roll your plant shit.
I mean, I don't expect it to do much, but maybe it will at least give me one minor back.
Oh, you think I'm gonna like take less damage from you? Oh, that's foolish. But I do want to see how big the number gets.
Okay.
You work to roll your plant stuff, and then I'm gonna keep narrating how this goes. So,
Yeah.
All right, well, you got a D12 that exploded. And technically, you need to roll me 3d6 again. We're going to call those 3d6 good, even though they should explode again, but they won't. I wasn't paying attention to the d6s the first time, so I'm not going to this time either. Yeah, all right, so you're probably closer to 250 now. You see Liam on the ground, and he is just like from a distance, you can tell not breathing. And in the moment he hits the ground, you see and actually no, you don't see it, you feel it. You feel as sick as you did the first time you entered the city.
All of us, or just
All of you.
I don't feel anything.
Yeah. He's fully in a coma.
Well, aren't you fully technically dead if you fill all your wounds and you're critical?
No. If he gets even a single wound, he's dead.
Oh, got it.
he is one wound away. So if any of you want to
So
kill
I'm
him,
not quite in the.
now's your chance. One
I'm not
shot.
quite in this.
Cut.
I'm not
That's too
quite in the
much.
state where I would be able to become the new avatar of Dev.
Technically speaking,
Because like Liam is definitely determined to live. I just wanted to add that at some point, just as
Yeah.
like a little nitbit, depending on what you're doing moving forward.
technically speaking, in this moment, you are reached out to by a force. Like, you begin to feel yourself destabilizing in the way that
Is it
he
like
was.
that? Is it that sort of like movie shot where I felt for the floor, but instead of hitting the floor, I go straight through it into darkness?
Yeah, into darkness, and like a massive set of like skeletal limbs wrap around you and bring you into a skeleton rib cage as you are levitating in the void space, both in free fall but also not going anywhere.
So I'm inside the rib cage and I'm fucking around in the void.
Yeah. You do sense this is it offering you the choice of becoming the avatar of death if you so desire.
Can I signal it mentally? Like, what does it mean to
Be right
become
back.
one?
I apologize.
You can't
Continue.
ask it questions. You just have to know if you want it or not. Does Liam want to be the avatar of death?
Liam wants to survive.
In this moment, Liam knows he is still alive. You are in a worse spot than any. Something has intervened at a like. What you get as an understanding here is, yes, Death did take pity on this guy, but it's almost because like Death took pity on him because it couldn't do what it has done for you.
It couldn't put him to rest the way it's trying to put me to rest.
The fact that you're not destabilizing right now, you gain the innate knowledge that you guys were right. Death is the one who gives the non-magic here. You are not destabilizing in this moment because it has turned off your ability to have magic affect your body.
Oh, so I'm currently destabilizing.
You would be, if not for the fact that like the reason everyone else feels sick is Death has used its
It
blessing.
hit an EMP in the room because I was going to implode.
Yeah. And you sense that something similar happens with that mask that was put on the person in Edder's Peak.
If I think about the mask, does Death show me anything?
Thinking of the mask, you like you
Like I'm
know
trying to
that
do
it
like
is-
communication through the dead mind here, sort of thing.
Yeah. You know that artifacts are hard to create. Right?
Yeah.
If that mask is truly magical, which it seemed to have an effect, it had to be somebody of great power. And who has more power than one of the gods? It might have been a relic of his.
Seemed to be a relic that they had a abundance of because they were doing it to multiple people.
Well, they probably took the mask back with them.
Interesting, but I thought that we used the mask after it was used on the woman. I guess we never tried.
You'd put the mask back on her.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. I thought that we grabbed it later, though.
I believe you did, but you've never put it back on.
Okay, yes, that's fair. With that in mind,
You get the feeling that there is not a right answer. This is, what does Liam feel in his heart? Do you feel a connection to death? Do you want to be his avatar? You think back to what was this guy's name again?
which one?
The guy,
Edwin?
Edwin. What Edwin said, and that he didn't really know what part of him was Edwin and what part of him was death. You think that it is something beyond what Teddy has, where Teddy has a guy in a box up in his head.
I
That
return.
you are, if you accept this, you are sort of saying, I am both. But it doesn't seem like it's necessary. Like, it would stick with Edwin if you said no. It's not like death needs you. It's an
But
offer.
the fact that it would stick to Edwin means that Edwin wasn't like fine as well.
You don't know that. You know one of 20 avatars of death, you know? Like, you
Yeah,
don't
like
know
I
if
would
they were all
assume that
dead.
because of what I did, Edwin would at least be like not broken free, because again, this is just sort of a in the moment of death deal between him and death. But like because of what happened and because of the
if
fact that
you were
I'm
to
the one
take
now
this-
imploding, I would presume that Edwin is now
If you
at
were
least
to take,
better.
if you were to take this, you do not think Edwin would just drop dead. No.
Well, I'm thinking even if I rejected it, I wouldn't expect Edwin to just be the same like vessel, because now the part that
The
like
worst
killed him.
case scenario for Edwin is that he would start aging again, probably.
You know, like I'm thinking like as far as like what state Edwin is in right now, I would presume that he's back in a state of being alive and stable. Like he somehow came back to life. And he doesn't need death.
So what I would say there is I was very clear, revival magic doesn't exist.
I know, but I'm clarifying because you're saying that he's fine, even
He-
if I said yes.
He wasn't dead because death hadn't taken him. Right? Legally,
Okay, he was on the verge of dying.
You have taken him from I will die if not for the intervention of the god of death himself to
Right.
I'm
and if,
probably
if,
okay.
right. But that's what I'm saying. Because he's okay now, presumably,
Mhm.
I would assume that the death god would be like, okay, I need a new vessel. Because this guy is now no longer on the brink of death, so I cannot have the same connection with him.
Basically, you have made him no longer Deadpool.
Well, the thing is, death doesn't need you to be dying in order to have you as a vessel.
All right. Well, that's also presuming that he would be.
Because you know that you are not, like, if you say no, you will just heal and get better. So death isn't clinging to you because you are near dead, right? It is offering it to you because you have done this act and it has some respect for it. Do you want to be the avatar of death or not?
But the fact that it's willing to take it from Edwin and give it to me is making me think that, okay, but like, why would Edwin then say okay to it going back to him?
Because Edwin wouldn't have ever known if it left. If you say no, it never, like, it's not, there's not like a visual transfer.
It's okay, so it's a current like transaction in motion, but it's not quite there yet.
Yeah. It's offering it, it's reaching out the hand, and it's up to you if you want to take it or not.
Yes.
You don't have to feel bad.
So can I have a moment to think about this while they are figuring out the outside of this right now?
Yeah, sure, dude. You're just laying there on the ground, passed out. We now snap back. He's lying on the ground, passed out, not breathing.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to restart that fast.
Which you have to remember, there is no magic in the room right now. You feel as drained as you ever have.
Okay. Let's see, I probably know what CPR is, but let's roll anyways.
Yeah.
I don't.
You you haven't maintained your certification. It's been a long time, and you're just stressed out that your friend is passed out on the ground. The knowledge is in there, it's just locked away. Take an insight token.
I'm so curious.
I'm gonna
but-
check on the other guy and see how he's doing.
He seems perplexed. Like he's had his right arm, so he's just like he's reaching his left arm up in front of his face and like moving his fingers.
All right,
Like-
so we have
Like he looks
We
like
have-
he would probably be worried about the situation if he was not having to process going from eternal pain of disintegration to full
yeah, his
body.
senses are screaming at him in a way he's not used to.
Yeah. Or they're quiet for the first time in many ways, which is weird.
Yeah. An entire half of his body's lights just flicked on, and then another half just flicked off. Like, I imagine that's a lot.
Yeah.
I sent you a thing, Ninja.
We could also just end here if you want. Like,
No, it's fine. I needed a second because I was thinking about some stuff. Okay. So as I'm falling in the abyss, unless there's something else.
Yeah.
you feel a crazy amount of pumping on your stomach.
Is
And
it like a
it's-
vibration in the void?
No, because it's not pumping in the right place.
You're bashing my head in. Why isn't this working? You're just fist fighting my bare head.
He's pumping your stomach to La Cucaracha.
Yeah.
La Cucaracha, La Cucaracha. Ah,
Yeah, so what's Liam feeling? What's he want?
Confirmation.
About what?
Yes.
Okay. You feel different. You wake up.
You no longer have plant magic.
Um You wake up. It takes you a second to notice that you weren't breathing still. Like you still want to, but it doesn't feel like you have to.
Is it like, am I doing the motions of my chest moving up and down, but there's no air?
No, the air moves in and it feels good. Like there's a benefit to it, right? Like it's nice. And if you don't do it for long enough, it starts to hurt. And there's like your brain tells you should, but you don't feel like there's something in you that knows as long as you don't listen to it, it's not real.
What about like, so I've woken up, I'm sitting up. Anything else
Your
out of the
body
ordinary?
Your body is screaming in pain. Like every nerve in your body
Okay, I
is
don't sit up. I am
firing.
just laying on the ground. I can't feel my breathing, but I am in pain. Which honestly, it's impressive that I can tell about the breathing while I'm in immense amounts of pain.
Yeah. But it's like pain that you like. There's just a reminding force that it will pass.
Do I feel another presence inside of me right now?
That's the interesting part. It doesn't feel like there isn't a separation, right? There's you and there's a cloak, right? You're wearing a cloak, but it kind of exists as part of yourself if you were to perceive yourself, right? You wearing a cloak is the same as you not wearing a cloak. There's just the cloak there. The cloak isn't another person. But you also can't really tell. Like, there are things you remember, and there's things that you know are Liam, right?
Yeah.
Your parents. That's a Liam thing. But there's
The other 20. That's a guest thing.
the weird part is there are things that no longer feel like Liam things that were. The face on the screen. You remember it as Liam seeing it, but it's more than that. You also have an innate, like, just like so how are you laying there? Are you able to see people? Like, are you glancing around?
If I am able, like, again, my perception of immense pain is that I am just sitting there and I'm not moving because I am just in pain. like,
Wow,
like if I can move my eyes, I'll probably look. But anything else,
we learned Liam's a little bitch. He's not gonna move because he's hurt.
You said immense pain, and I'm sorry that I am trying to realistically react to the fact that doing anything on the borderline of death is probably bad.
Technically speaking, there's no more pain if you move.
Well, whatever.
As you catch people out of the corner of your eye, there is you start to notice what, like, part of what made sense about what Edwin said when you came in, right? Like you see Teddy and there's just an aura around him that, like, if you like super focus on, becomes a vision of a stone titan.
What about Caleb and Edwin?
Edwin still has an aura around him that you recognize as yourself. You think that
It's that weird thing where it's like me and it's not me.
Yeah. You think that you come to the realization as Liam, right? You know that this is an innate Liam thought because the other part of you doesn't need to think this, it knows it. Yes, it's true that the death has taken avatars, but it is not true that they only had one at a time. A being that could live as 1,000, tens of thousands of skeletons can give itself to more than one person. You think that there is a version of it with you? It can give itself to
more than 20 people.
Probably.
Because we were at the ballpark of thinking it was 20 max, I think. And if I'm looking and like, it's interesting that I see myself and I don't see Edwin and some familiar.
No, you see
behind Edwin.
Edwin with yourself, right?
Is it okay? So it's us two behind him.
Not two, one.
Okay, but like me and Edwin together as one behind him.
Edwin behind him, you behind you. Like if you were to look into a mirror, you assume that you would see Edwin similarly to how you would see Liam. Where you are there behind you. The same way that you are behind.
A little trippy.
There is the Liam you.
You are also deaf, so you see deaf you.
Yeah.
And Caleb, there's nothing going on with Caleb.
Caleb is interesting because he doesn't have an aura behind him. He has an aura that shines out from inside his core.
Oh shit.
You like an aura that sort of in your mind as you perceive it seems like it reminds you of like a crystal in the shape of a dewdrop.
A dewdrop. Okay. Do I see anything inside of the dewdrop, or is it just full, like, see-through?
No, you remember the dewdrop though.
Okay.
You remember it being an important thing to Lifebringer.
Oh,
but it is not Lifebringer itself.
Out of curiosity, do I feel a similar thing inside of myself?
So is that Liam or is that the collective?
In this case, it would be something from Liam, but I don't know if it would change anything if it's either or.
Within yourself as Liam, no. Within yourself in the larger, yes.
I feel a dewdrop as well.
It's not a dewdrop.
I feel something.
Yeah. You can't picture it as it is still maintained. Right? You can tell the dewdrop was stolen. It is one of the forms that it can take.
Hmm.
But now it is maintained within Callum.
Wait, so the dewdrop is one of the forms of Lifebringer, and it is inside of Calum.
It's not a form of Lifebringer. It's a form of something
Of
important.
Lightbringer's relic.
There we go.
Oh my god, I wish I remembered what the relic was.
I don't think
But
we
okay.
ever actually knew. The dewdrop is the most we know.
I'm glad.
I'm going to try.
I thought I might have brought up what they might have looked like, and that's why I said it had to be one form that it can take. Hedging the bets. Did I say it before? Who knows?
No idea. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and sit up, so like,
It doesn't hurt
so
more
that I'm
to
no
sit
longer
up.
just laying down.
Are you breathing?
Good question. Apparently, according to me, I am not breathing right now.
No, Z could be.
Like, I'm trying to, but I'm just feeling the air.
Yeah, that feels good. All the rest of it, not good. You know that, like, you need to rest. Your body needs to heal.
Ow. You don't happen to have a guest room or something?
I have like 15. What do you mean? We'll give you a place. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be real. People have tried. People have tried, and no one has done anything.
This was all on me. I hope at least the pain feels a little more better.
It's gone.
Great.
I'm I'm pretty sure I'm alive.
Oh shit.
Also, does the sickness fade as Liam gets up?
No. That seems to be maintaining in
Am I feeling the sickness of the power turning off?
No. In the fact that you have this extra bit, you can tell, like, yeah, you're not accessing part of that, but you can feel that was always separate from your being, even though it was part of you, right? So you are disconnected from it in this moment as a safety precaution. You think that after you get your good night's like a night's rest and get your critical off, that this would deactivate.
Okay. I need sleep. I need to rest, and hopefully that will help with whatever is happening.
Yes, it makes sense to get rest, and then we can continue our conversation tomorrow.
That'd be great. Teddy, can you help me?
Oh, yes.
You're big and tall. I'm pretty strong.
I just pick him up.
Yeah.
Like over the shoulder, or are you carrying me?
No, I carry you like an infant.
Princess Carrie. You're led by the butler individual to a just a beautiful room. He's like, you may put the young master to rest in this room, and then yours will be across the hall, and yours will be 2 doors down. Between them is the bathroom. Make sure to use all of the amenities. We as guests here wish the best for you. If you need anything from me, you must merely ring the bell that is in each room. I will know, and I will approach. Have a good day, sirs. And he walks away.
he he floats away.
He walks away like a totally normal guy who does not
Yeah.
skitter
Yeah.
around like a demon spider.
Yeah. After Teddy puts me on the bed, presumably,
Yeah.
I'm going to grab his hand, and I'm gonna like squeeze, like as much as I can, obviously, but like I'm going to indicate that I want like to hold his hand for a bit,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, I think I just made a deal with death, and I need your help.
Why? I mean, luckily it seems like death seems much more amenable than it all seems. I mean, yes. Okay. Oh, I get it. All right. I'm gonna place my hand on his head, and I'm gonna try to make pain go away. I'm a roll mind to try to lessen or dull his pain. Because I've done that before, you see.
Yeah.
One D8 plus 1D8 X.
It'll take 1 second to go to the bathroom. It'll be long.
D. Okay. I rolled really not great. I rolled phenomenally not great.
That makes 2 beasts that we don't know about, right?
I'll spend an energy to re-roll because that was hilariously bad. Actually, no, I won't. I will spend an energy to explode my D8 though.
Yeah, there's 2 beasts that you haven't really interacted with.
I'll spend an energy and an insight to explode my D10.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
As we get to that, so it's different. You've experienced him doing this before, where he sort of shuts down the pain receptor. So you stop feeling the pain, but there is part of you that still knows the pain. Like you've sort of extended beyond where, as a being, you don't just sort of exist in one column. You have broader experience. So you know the pain is there, but you don't know the feeling of it anymore, right?
Because of him.
Because of him.
Okay.
So like it's like you're aware that it's there. Like you could previously to making this decision, you would have been just like, well, it's gone. I'm gonna go to bed. Now there's part of you that does just deeply know that, you know, in an acknowledgement of the analysis of the system, there is still pain. But you are comforted by the lack of feeling it in the moment.
Yes. So, before you try to move, I I've told you this before, but there's good news. Because you have you have the beginnings of a relationship with what hopefully can be a friend to you now, with you in your head, in your soul spot, that can stop you from, or remind you that you're about to move in a way that might injure yourself further. Like I have other me's when I do this to myself. Now, I recommend you just go to sleep, but you know, just something to think about.
Underneath my breath as I'm falling asleep already, you'll just hear, "Please teach me tomorrow."
All right. So I think we're gonna end off there. Everyone else can go to sleep if they so desire.
All right, that's all energy and one critical, right?
Mhm.
That rest
Actually, that is
is
in
one
fact
critical and all energy.
incorrect. You get that in the wrongest order possible. It's all energy and one minor.
I actually
I thought
would.
that
I would.
Ninja specified that the critical would go off.
I did say that. So we are going. He is. You are going to remove. Majors go after
Yeah.
minor. Critical goes away at the first. That'll be
Okay.
the new order.
I would presume so. I would not like to just be at a permanent stage of, I
Technically
am about to
speaking,
die.
all of those things are equivalent. So you know,
We could say that death heals you quicker.
yeah.
Sure.
This is just so that you guys don't have an entire 2 weeks of like not using magic and feeling sick.
So does death heal him his wounds faster? Does he only get the one back?
No, he only gets the one back.
All right.
He's deaf. He can't heal.
Got it.
I am
got it.
healing from myself.
Yeah, this is his body regenerating. But I will say, we can count this as a level up.
Woo! What does that mean again?
So you can either upgrade a dice or you can upgrade a dice on your normal skills, and you can upgrade a dice on your magic skills, or get a new magic skill. Liam, you are forced to, in addition, take a new magic skill.
Damn, I was actually going to put a point into mind.
That is in addition.
Oh.
So if you had two magic skills you didn't have, you could get both, or you can upgrade one and take one. But because you absorbed all of that energy, you are...
Even though we are in the tech kingdom, I have not for the life of me had us fuck with any technology at all.
None of you have tech magic. I put it out there. I put this nice box and none of you touched it.
What box?
The box that says tech magic.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, I have tech magic now.
The one that still works.
I'm gonna put...
Yeah, you can all figure that out. We will end stream here. Thank you all for watching.